Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay. Let's wait for another 2 more minutes to others to join and we'll start the session. So, in this session, we'll be discussing the week four concepts. Majorly, we'll be discussing practice assignments. Along with that, if you are having any doubts while solving the practice assignment question, we can discuss that also.
You mean it is a revision session of week 4? Yeah.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah, hi. Hi.
Sir, I'm telling that I have some doubts, several doubts, means 5 to 6 doubts on PYQ. Can you solve it?
No, in this today's session, we won't be discussing PYQ. Next week, there will be a revision session. Okay.
Okay. Sir, will there be session for PYQ after later?
There will be discussions in the next week. There will be a revision session. There you can ask your doubts related to periods in the
Okay.
next week, not this week. Because next week is your quiz exam, right? They will be conducting revision sessions also.
Okay. So they will be solving, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is my screen visible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll try to solve the week four practice assignment. And while solving, if you guys were having any doubts like how the pseudocode works, we'll discuss that also in detail. And apart from that, if you guys have any doubt in week four, we'll cover that in today's session. Okay, let's go one by one. And the first question is asking, which of the following situations are nested loops are needed? It's a MSP question. It's a very simple question, I guess. So, which will be the correct one? So if
Sir,
you
it
want
may
to
be
find
option A.
find a Sorry.
It may be option A.
Yeah, if you want to find something pair of students, or if you want to compare with the other students, right? You want a nested loop, right?
So option B will also be correct.
Yeah, again, if you want to find a pair of students who score the same and it says same word. So if you want to compare something with other students, you need a nested loop. And C says to find the number of words which have higher letter of counts. So for this you don't need a nested loop, right? Because you are not comparing with anyone. You just need to iterate word by word, and in that you just need to keep a variable and which is having highest letter. And similarly for the next option also, you just need to find the number of bills which are from the same shop, basically, right? So option A and B are right.
Sir, so for finding any kind of pair in the data, like always we use the nested iteration.
Yeah. I think we can go to the next one. So here, the pseudocode is given, and this is executed using the words data set. And what the question is asking is, at the end of execution, A captures the number of sentences with at least two nouns, and they have at most two vowels. That means nouns should be greater than two, and vowels should be less than or equal to. This is at most, right? And how many such number of sentences are there in the words data set?
Sir, can we continue after completing week 1 and week 2 portion from here?
Sorry.
Sir, I completed week 1 and 2, but not 3 and 4. Then can I continue this live stream class?
Yeah, sure. Not an issue. If you have a basic understanding of how the for loop works, then you can continue. Else you have to go and watch the third week.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So let's look at the pseudocode, what it does. And there are some blank statements what we need to do. And initially we are initializing A is equal to 0 and C is equal to 0. These are variables. And this while loop is nothing but while table 1 has more rows. That means you will be reading the card one by one. And you read the first row, and which we are storing in X from the table 1. And the condition is we are checking if the part of speech is equal to noun and count vowels is less than X. So this is nothing but we are calling a procedure, right? And the procedure is defined here if you see. So this procedure will count the vowels and it will return the B. And this B is nothing but if the letter is vowel or not. So if it is less than or equal to 2, C will be increment. And if the word ends with the full stop, that means end of the sentence. If we came to the end of sentence, we are checking if C is greater than or equal to 2 or not. And if C is greater than or equal to 2, we are incrementing the A. A is what? Noun should be greater than or equal to 2, and vowel should be less than or equal to 2 in a word, right? This is specifically for the word that you are reading, because and this status wise we are incrementing the A. Now there are some statements which are present here, and what should we fill it up here? So once you come to the end of the sentence, you have to reinitialize some of the variables, right? For example, here in this case, you have to reinitialize this C variable because it's based on this C only we are incrementing. If you are not reinitializing this, it will be keep on adding right after you see the next sentence, etc. So that we have to reinitialize. Similarly for the B also. Sorry, here I think here we don't need to reinitialize. We are checking for the ith letter. So whether I is less than or equal to letter count, we have to increment the ith in the variable I. So where should we reinitialize? Whether I should reinitialize in statement 1 or statement 2?
Statement 2.
No,
Why
sir.
statement 2? Is it statement 1 or 2?
Uh,
2.
I said 1, someone else said 2.
Okay. It should be statement 2. Why? Because statement 1 is inside this if condition. If at the end
Yes,
of the sentence, if it doesn't match this condition, we won't be reinitializing it. Regardless of this condition, we should reinitialize once you reach the end of the sentence, right? That's why it should be statement.
Sir, one question.
Hmm.
If you initialize it in statement 2, you will get the exact word vowel count that was already there before.
Vowel
you-
count we are calling from here, right? I'm not counting the vowel count. I'm incrementing the A based on the condition.
Are we looking for two different things here, like C and A both, or is it
Mm,
combined condition?
C counts for the vowel, sorry, nouns, counts for the noun, and which has the vowels less than or equal to. And
Okay.
that's why we are incrementing it. If that condition is satisfies at the end of the sentence, and we are incrementing the A.
Okay.
And such number of noun and less than vowels should be 2 in a word. It should be more than 2. Then that's why we are incrementing the variable.
Okay.
So regardless of this condition, I should reinitialize this right at the end of the sentence. That's why we are having it in statement 2. So this statement 1 won't be having anything. In the same way, in which statement I will be incrementing my ith variable, because the condition in the while loop is whether I is less than or equal to letter y dot letter. So after every iteration, I should increment my I, right, in order to terminate my while loop. So where should I increment again? Is it inside the if condition or outside the if condition?
Outside the if condition.
Outside the if condition, right? Again, I will be incrementing here I is equal to I plus, not here, right? Because I don't need to worry about whether it is a vowel or constant. Regardless of vowel or constant, I should increment after every iteration. So it should be in the statement 4.
Sir, could you please explain the procedure once again?
The procedure of count vowel.
Yeah.
So
That
here
I is
you just
confusing.
ask.
Sir, before that, can you explain the meaning of? I know that, but can you brief of double equal to and single equal to?
Double equal to and single equal to.
Sir, assignment operator and equal.
Yeah, single equal means you are just assigning it. Double equal to means you are checking whether it is equal or not.
Okay, sir.
Sir, this procedure, could you please explain us?
Yeah. So what this procedure count vowels does is you are just passing a word here. For example, if you are following this procedure, count vowels, and I'm passing a word have. Okay. What this will do is I is equal to 1, it will be initialized, B is equal to 0, it will also be initialized. And this while loop will continue while I is less than or equal to y dot letter count. Here my letter count is, let's keep for
5.
simplicity, let's keep 5, right? And my I is 1 right now.
Yeah.
And it's checking why the ith letter of the y dot word is a vowel or not. So whether A is vowel,
Yeah.
so my B will be incremented. Again, in the statement 4, what we'll be doing is, here there won't be any statement. In this statement 4, we'll be having I plus 1. Okay. For the next iteration, this will be 2, and my letter will be P. Whether P is vowel?
Sir,
No, right?
once more time, because I equal to I plus 1, so I will be 2, no, for the next iteration.
Yeah, I become 2. The ith letter of Y word is a vowel or not? Because my second letter is a vowel or not? The second letter is P, right?
Yeah.
Whether the second letter is vowel?
No.
So again, this B won't be incremented. It will come out of this if condition. Again, my I will be incremented. So my I will become 3. So here my I will become 3 and 3 is still less than 5. Now here, this will be my third letter of Yth word. Again, that will be P.
Yeah. B will
Again,
not be
B won't be
Okay,
incremented.
incremented.
sir. I'm not
Yeah.
able to
And
understand
my
what is the
again,
Means
highest
it is
letter.
checking only if the letter is vowel or not.
yeah. Similarly,
Okay.
again, L will come for the fourth iteration, I is equal to 4. This won't be incremented. If E comes for I is equal to 5, again, E is a vowel, B will be incremented by 2. And finally, your statement will also be ended, right? This while statement will be
Yeah.
terminated because after 5, there is nothing to increment. And even if you, sorry, I will be incremented to 6, but 6 is not less than 3. So your while loop will terminate, and finally you are returning B, which is the count of vowels. Because this B is nothing but it's counting the number of vowels in a vowel.
So I is the position of the letter.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So the option A is the right one, right? As we have seen. The statement 2 will be initializing and statement 4 will be incrementing the I. And statement 1 and 3 are not necessary. Okay. Okay. Okay, the next question is about using the library data. And in the following pseudocode, this is executed using library dataset. And what they are asking is, at the end of execution, n captures the name of a book which has the maximum number of pages and is written in a language other than English. And A captures the number of pages in the book. Is it clear or confusing?
Clear, sir.
Clear? Okay. Let's look at the pseudocode then. A is equal to none. We are just initializing the variables A and n is equal to none. This is because the name of the book needs to be stored as a string. So initializing as a none. While table 1 has more rows, again we are reading every row by row and storing it in row.x, and this is the condition. And after you check this condition, you are just moving. And what this checking is, if x dot language is not equal to English and x dot pages is greater than A, then you just reassign it. A is equal to x dot pages and n is equal to x dot name. Okay. So basically what it's checking is, it just captures the name of the book which is having maximum number of pages that is written in other than English. And A captures the maximum number of pages. And here the options were saying there will be no change in n irrespective of order of rows. The question is saying if the table is shuffled in any random order, then choose the correct option. So which will be the correct option?
Sir,
Sir,
and can
could you
change.
please move to option D
C.
once?
Option?
B and C.
Option B and C, right? Why? Can
Sir,
anyone say like
option A and option C.
option B and C would be the right one.
Yes, sir.
N might change, but A won't be changing because A captures the maximum number of pages, right?
Excuse me, sir.
Irrespective of order, A will be the same value, whatever order you visit or whatever the order you will be reading. But there could be a change in N because of what could be the reason?
There might be two books who have similar set of pages but
Yeah.
different books
If
stacked
if
upon
two
each.
books with same number of pages.
Answer may be name the n equals to that book, the book that will be encountered first, even if there are two books with the same number of pages. So if the order is changed, then the book name might also change.
Yes.
So, sir, won't we add both the name of the books? You're saying like if we got the two books with same set of pages, same number of pages, so won't we add both names?
But the pseudocode just reassigns it, right? If you look at the sixth line, what we are doing is we are storing only one book name and that we are just putting as extra name.
And we are not
And
checking equal to, like it's all greater than or equal, greater than
it is
operator.
greater than, and even if you put greater than or equal to whatever you see at the last maximum book, that will be stored, right? Because we are storing only one book here.
Sir, tell me one thing. Hello.
So the latest book which is seen will be stored in the name value.
No, the first book which is seen will be stored. If it is just greater than the first book.
No, if greater than equal to.
Yeah, that is latest.
Okay.
So,
And
sir,
if greater than
tell
the
me one
previous
thing,
one.
Sorry, it's like, can someone say like, I think.
Sir, I want to say that if book is not in English, okay, and page is greater than A, so only a name will change. Page will not update, means A, which capture page. Why?
Yeah. Why means I'm not getting.
May
Okay,
I-
Means,
let's
sir,
assume
why A has
there
no
is
change?
there is a book 1 and there is a book 2. Both are non-English books, okay? And it has a page
Okay.
of 383 and this is also 383. This is the maximum number of pages that you can find in the data set of that is not non-English books, okay? If you see this first book, you will be updating n is equal to book 1, right? And your page will also be updated to 383. And again, if you go and check this book 2, the language of the book is not English, that is matching. And if you check this condition x dot b, 383 is not greater than 383, right?
Yes, sir.
So this won't even be updated. And there won't be any change.
Sir,
Since you find the maximum number of pages, that won't be updated, right? Even if you find the another book with the same number of pages. Because
so,
this is
sir,
the maximum.
if there is a case that book 2 has maximum number of pages than book 1, then?
If there is a
Sir, if there is a case that book 2 has more number of pages than book 1, then what
So,
can
for
we
example,
do?
393, then book 2 will be stored, right? Again, you need to check for the language also.
So, sir, book 2 is not English. Also not English. And book 2 has
Yeah.
more number of pages than book 1. Then, sir, A will be updated, no, sir?
Yes.
So, sir, we can say that there will be no change in A?
because the order matters. If you see it here, I don't know, there is no such example in the card data set also. N won't be changing because you already find the maximum number of pages. For example, if you look at the pages 405, 415, 423, 478, and 478 again, 463. And let's say this is non-English, this is non-English, this is English, this is English, this is non-English, and this is also non-English. What will be the maximum number of pages that you will be storing?
Sir, 478.
478, right? And what book
Yes.
name you will be storing? Whether this
Sir,
one or this
book
one?
name I don't know. Sir,
That's why
478 not
that's why
English.
we are saying there might be change in N, but there won't be any change in A.
Okay. Okay. Now I understand that two books can be same number of. That's why.
Like N 478.
And sir, suppose we had the condition of X page is greater than equal to A, then we would enter the book name of book as book 2.
Yeah, it depends on what order you are reading.
Like suppose we have the example like book 1 and book 2, they have same pages 383, 383. And we had the condition of X page is greater than equal to A, then we will enter the name of the book of book 2.
Yeah, the latest book.
Okay, thank you.
So greater than or equal to means whatever the book you will be reading latest. If it is just greater than, if it is, that's a first. Okay. Is it clear?
So sir, if it is greater than, then the value of A will be changed, sir.
It has nothing to do with this greater than. You uh, just check once with this example, then you will be able to understand. Once it is maximum, even if you put greater than or a maximum, only book name might change. The pages won't change again. Right?
Yes, sir.
Can we move to next question?
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Next question again, the pseudocode is given. We need to find the right pseudocode to fill this. Okay. First, let's see what is the given pseudocode does. The given pseudocode executed using Shopmobile dataset, and facts was the ratio of number of customers who purchased both bread and milk to the number of customers who purchased milk. So that means this fact is nothing but who purchased bread and milk divided by who purchased milk. Okay. And choose the correct code of fragment to complete the pseudo. Assume there is at least one customer who purchased the milk, because if you are dividing by 0, it will give error, right? Infinity basically. So that's why this condition is noticed there. Okay. And this is for the milk count, we are having a variable. This is for the B count, we'll be having a for the bread count. So we'll be reading the cards one by one, storing the card, moving the card. Here only we have to fill up the condition so that it increments M count and B count. That is milk and bread count. And finally, this item will be checking C is false, and while card has more items, that item is equal to A and removes it from the item list. That is, we are not going to worry about this. Okay, we'll just check how to increase this M count and B count. Okay, and what will be the correct condition for it. Let's look at the options. Whether the first option looks correct or wrong.
It is not correct.
Again, remember, we need to find a value that it in fact involves bread and milk and bread and divided by milk. Okay. So if we are just incrementing m count is equal to m count plus 1, similarly b count is equal to b count plus 1, we are not finding who has purchased both, right?
Option C.
Sir, let's look at other options as well.
C, sir.
Okay.
Option D. I feel option D.
Option D. नहीं
Option
C.
D.
C.
Option D. D.
D. Okay.
D.
I'm not getting. C won't be a right one because it's checking only for the and condition. Who purchased both milk and bread, but it's not checking just milk alone. You see, right? We need milk and
Sir, may
bread
you show the
together
option of D vote?
as a one. Option D checks for this one. If you just purchase milk, M will be counted. And if you purchase B, that means bread, the B will be counted. If you look at the pseudocode, the pseudocode stores the value B count by M count. That means this B count represents who purchased both bread and milk. And this represents just milk, right? If we are coming to B and incrementing, that means this the person who has bought bread, who has already also bought a M count, because this is inside this if condition, right? So without the person who has bought milk, he cannot buy a bread because of this if condition. I mean, whatever the condition we are checking, right? So that's why D is correct. And B is nothing, it's just written in opposite way. So that's why it's wrong.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, in the D option, is it they are calling by the procedure? That's why it is included.
They are not calling by procedure. In every question, in every option, they are calling the procedure, right? Each item. The sys item will go and check whether they bought bread or not, and it will return true if they have bought it.
Like D option, I didn't get that key how it is checking like both, because inside a procedure name has been given that it is already taken milk. Like first option is milk, so it is incremented. Now the second option, how will judge that it is checking both? Maybe it is defined in the procedure. That's why, no, because here, okay, milk is written here.
No. So how can you increment bread without incrementing milk? That's my question. Just look at this code. Whether can you increment bread without incrementing milk M count?
According to the question, we can't do, because first he has to purchase the milk. Then
Just tell me according to this option. If you want to increment the bread count, you should definitely increment this milk count.
Okay,
Is it true
got
or
it.
false?
I've
Because
got it.
that is
First, if
inside the if condition.
yeah, that if statement is not ended before, no, that's why.
So this is
Got
first if, and this first if is getting ended here, and this is the second if.
Yeah, got it. I've not seen that one and where it is ending. I thought it is separate. So,
There is also one another reason, sir. Since milk is in denominator, it can't be like a cumulative quantity of both bread and milk at the same time.
Yeah.
So, sir,
Any
this is the
doubts
nested
before
loop, right?
Yeah.
Nested condition, not loop.
Yeah, for there is no loop here because there is no for or while here. This is nested condition. In fact. Okay, can we move to next question if there is no doubt here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, next question. We have a common data set, I mean the common pseudocode, which we'll be using for both question 5 and 6. This is executed using space data set. And the question is saying two students form a study pair if their difference in mathematics marks are at most 10. That means their difference should be less than or equal to 10. Okay. Assume that file P1 is always restored back after calling the study pair file. Okay. That means we'll be using the nested loop here to compare it, and let's see what the pseudocode does first of all. Okay. First, we are getting the count from the study pair of file. Okay. And what the study pair file one does, basically this iterates all the cards, and you read the card and storing it, and it iterates the remaining number of cards. For example, there are 30 cards in my data set. So this will take my first card, and this will check with my remaining 29 cards, right? Which basically it will compare. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So, sir, this
And
is a
again,
while
this,
loop.
yeah, this is while loop, no? And
Sir,
you
I
read the
need.
nested while.
Can you
This
please
while starts here
explain?
and ends here. So inside this while loop, we are having another while. So this is the next while. Okay.
In the second nested while loop, the if condition in that x mathematics minus y mathematics, it is counted as a variable, or there is a syntax error in this.
No, that's true. The x dot mathematics is storing getting from here, right? Okay, this should be here. Read the first card X and read the top card Y. This should be mentioned. So while reading the card, you assume it this card as X, this card is Y. So this should have been mentioned. Okay. So this first card will be considering as X. The remaining 29 cards, one by one, will be reading it, right? So every time we read, we take that card as Y, and we'll be subtracting X dot mathematics, Y dot mathematics, and we'll be checking this condition. Why we are checking less than or equal to 10, and again minus 10 is greater than or equal to that difference, right? Because the difference could be plus in the side of plus 10 and minus 10 also, right? If you are comparing a student with 93 and 85, if you are subtracting 93 minus 85, this could be plus. And if you, in the case, if you are subtracting 85 minus 93, this will be negative, but still it's within the range of 10, right? The difference is not more than 10. So that's why we are including a condition that is greater than minus 10 and less than 30. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay. Once you found this condition is true, we are just incrementing the variable a and we are returning this variable. That means this will tell you how many number of students who can form a study pair in the subject mathematics, right? And similarly, once this while loop, second while loop ends for the remaining 29 cards, for the next iteration, you will get a second card here and you will be comparing with the remaining 28 cards. Once you read all 30 cards, right? Yeah, Jay.
So, sir, basically,
Jay, sure.
yes, sir.
Sir, and isn't there any kind of conditional checking rule, like which condition will be checked first in, like unlike in mathematics, we follow something like BODMAS. right?
About?
So since we have conditions in an order, right? It's checking maths to minus 10, right? First, then it's doing the minus and then probably checking that. So isn't there like an order to it that it checks the
No,
condition?
no, here, this one you are asking, line number 25.
Yes.
No, this is just a mathematical expression. If you see, we used to write def is less than or equal to minus 10, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to 10, right?
Yeah,
So
correct.
you would it just checks for the condition, whatever number you get here, and whether it's just check for the condition, whether it is inside this or outside this. If it is inside, it will return true.
Yeah, that is what I'm actually trying to understand. Is this whole expression will be executed in a single order? Instead, there is no.
Single one. This is a single expression, right?
Okay.
If you want, you can write it in two different expression also.
Okay, got it.
Like minus 10 is less than or equal to diff, and diff is less than or equal to.
Okay, got it.
In two different condition also you can write it.
Okay. Understood, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
So,
Excuse me.
basically, A will store the value with the math marks is greater than minus 10 or equal to and less than equal to 10.
Your voice
Difference
is
from mathematics.
getting muffled.
Sir,
I'm
I
not
am
able to
saying
clear
that,
your
sir, I am saying that now it is clear, sir.
Okay,
Sir. Sir, I am saying that the A will store the difference between mathematics marks which is less than, greater than equal to minus 10 and less than equal to 10.
It will store the number of students who are having the difference in their mathematics marks is less than 10.
Less than equal to 10. Greater than equal to 10 and less than equal to 10.
Yeah, whose difference is less than 10. So this is nothing but this is a difference. Okay, don't confuse it. This x dot mathematics minus y dot mathematics is a difference. Okay, whose difference is less than or equal to it. So we are counting such students for and the variable a, and we are returning this variable. Okay.
Sir, excuse
So
me.
this is.
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask something?
Yeah.
Hello.
Please.
This pseudocode, so far what I've understood, like first we are picking a card and then you're moving to the pile 2. Then we are again taking the card from the pile 1 and we are comparing with the card within the pile 2, and then we are transferring to pile 3 and then checking the condition, then A is incremented. Is it so? Means if the condition is true, then we'll count the number of students whose difference of the marks is 10. Maths marks is difference is 10 within the cards.
Yeah.
And then in the next stage again, then we'll pick the card and then we'll put in the pile 2. Then we'll take the third card and then what we'll compare with the second card.
Yes.
And this Chennai and this all Bangalore, what is written? So where that data is stored?
No.
That is not.
That will come to it. This procedure is clear, right?
Okay.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay. Now, inside this count one, we just got a count how many students who are having who can form a study pair. Basically, who can form a study pair is the difference in their mathematics marks is less than or equal to 10. That is at most 10, right? So we just got a count. So in this, or this is again iterating to all the cards. If you look at it, while pile 1 has more cards, you just read the top card and we are just classifying the piles. So again, in the scores data set, 30 cards were there. While reading the cards, we are classifying to 3 different files. One is Chennai, and another one is Bangalore, and another one is Velu. Right? So this is being classified into 3 different files based on the Chennai, Bangalore, and Velu. and we are just rearranging it. Okay. And after this while loop, this count to what it does is just again calling the procedure. Study pair, again study pair, again study pair. But the pile that we are passing right now is, instead of passing the whole pile, again this is 30 cards. Here we are passing only the piles who belongs to only city Chennai, and this is only Bangalore, and this is belongs to only Velu. And finally, we are just subtracting it. Right? This is the overall students who can form with irrespective of districts or regions, they can form a study pair, and we are in this count to, we are just restricting to the region, right? Whether they can form a study pair in within the Chennai itself, Bangalore itself, and Vellore itself, and we are just getting a count of. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, now let's look at the options and questions. This is a general pseudocode that we'll be using for both question and 5 and 6. Now question 5 is asking what count 1 will represent at the end of execution.
The whole population of students who can make a pair.
So what will be the answer?
Number
B.
The number of study pairs, right?
Yeah.
Not pairs of study pairs. It's already a pair. Again, you don't make a pair. Okay.
Yeah.
Number of study pairs.
Number of study pairs.
And next question. What will count 3 represent? What count 3 will represent?
The remaining number of student apart from Bangalore,
count 3
and
is
Vellore
nothing but
that
count
can
1
compare
minus count 2, right?
Yeah.
And count 2 is having a study pairs from Chennai separately and Bangalore separately and Vellore separately, and we are adding it all together.
Yeah.
So what will be the correct answer here?
Sir, option number B.
Option B.
Option?
C. Option C.
Option B.
C. Option
Option
C.
B.
I think.
Option B, right?
Yes, sir.
Not from the same city among Chennai, Vellore, and that. Because we are
Yes,
subtracting
B is the answer.
Sir, we are subtracting to find the student who are not from the same city among Chennai, Bangalore, and Vellore.
Right. So that is why it's not from the same city, from Chennai and Bangalore. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we move to next one?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
The following pseudocode is executed using the words dataset. So this pseudocode is executed using the words dataset. Let's see what this pseudocode does first of all. And initially we are initializing this variable count equal to 0. And while table 1 has more rows, that means we'll be reading the card one by one and storing it and read row of X in table 1. And once you read it, you are moving to the table 2. And this is the condition that we are checking up to this. And here my while loop starts and ends, if you see. And if B is true, I'm incrementing my count. What this B does, we don't know, right? For every word, basically this is for every word. If you see, I'm reading the word and I'm checking the condition. So B is checking something for every word. And if the B is true, we are incrementing the count. Okay. While I is less than or equal to X dot letter count. That means inside the word, we are iterating every letter by letter. Right? We are iterating the letters. And if ith letter of X dot word is a vowel, this is a nested if condition. If you see, if we found that is a vowel, and if A is true, A is initially what? False. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So here, that means whenever you find a first vowel, you will be making A is equal to true, right?
And in second vowel,
when A will become true? When you find a first vowel in the word, right? Because initially we are initializing that it as a false. Whenever you see a word, whenever you see a letter that is a vowel, we are making that A is equal to true. Okay.
yes.
Is it clear? What this A does
Yes.
and when this A is getting changed?
Yes, sir. Sir, A store the value of file in Japan letter count. Japan will put the letter.
And again, if X is not a vowel, if it is a constant, you straight away reinitialize the A is equal to false. If you are not finding a vowel, that letter, if you are not finding a letter that is a vowel, you are just making or reinitializing that it as false, and you're just incrementing to the next letter and iterating. Okay. This iteration will continue till you complete all the letter iterations. Okay. And when this B will become true, now we have to find when this B will become true.
When
When
a word contains two vowels side by side, like
Together, right?
to each other.
When you find a consecutive vowel,
at least two vowels.
right? The first vowel should have been found, and next immediately there should be another vowel. Then only this will be B will become true. And once B is true in the word, it will increment the count. So when the count will be incremented?
If there are two consecutive vowels.
If there is a
consecutive vowel situation, not two. Not two, sir. Just consecutive vowel situation.
Two consecutive vowels in the word, right? Because we are incrementing with respect to the word. Again, we'll be reading the another word and we have to check for the speed.
Sir, exactly two or at least two?
At least two.
Exactly two. No, at least two, at least two.
At least two.
Sorry.
Sir,
Sir,
just
what
I
how
have
is
one
this
question.
At
This
least
if
consecutive vowels in the word.
so can I ask one question?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So this if A loop gets completed and then B initiates.
This if A loop, this line number 8, right? You are talking about.
Line number 8, where we are saying that first vowel in the word, right? For A. So logically, it gets completed first and then B condition applies, or how it is? Or if A is true, then
first,
only it goes inside.
Yeah. If A is true, then only we go inside this B is equal to true, right? Initially, we are making it as false. See, that means A will never become true when you see a vowel for the first time, right? So we are making it true after the if. So that means whenever you see a second vowel, this will become true. Then only we are making B is equal to true.
Yeah. That's how we are saying two vowels.
I mean consecutive vowels, yeah, together.
Consecutive vowels. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
So consecutive means two vowels, not one pair, sir.
Yeah, one pair of vowels.
So sir, A count the number of vowels, B count the
Hello.
Sir.
A doesn't count anything. A and B doesn't count anything. We are just making it true and false, right? Based on condition.
Sorry, sir, true and false.
Let's look at the question. What it asking. But what will count represent? What will be the right answer here?
Option A.
A or B?
Option A.
Option A, right? At least one pair of vowels occurring consecutively.
A, sir.
Any doubts here before we
No.
move to next one?
No, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in the question, there is no mention that the question is asking about consecutive vowels. How can we decide it? I'm not understand the question properly.
The question is asking what count will represent at the end of execution.
And actually, sir, the option is also incorrect. You can't form a pair since you're counting vowels next to the previous one. It's not a pair.
So if there is an example like vowel together value, U and E are both are like this way, actually is a pair, right? At least one pair of vowels occurring consecutively.
Yeah, but at least one pair means next ones that are coming are also pairs, right?
Yeah, next one there will be also a pair.
Right.
And there
So
could
if,
be there could be a break in between, another pair could be also there, right?
correct. So those are the chances. Either there would be pair or there might be three vowels consecutively. Then there won't be any pair.
Yeah, that is also the possibility.
Yes. So this might not.
Yeah.
Somewhere it might not be
That
true.
means all the options are.
Yeah.
Don't worry, such kind of ambiguity won't be there. The exam.
Uh, excuse me, sir, I didn't got it. Like if three vowels are there, then the count value will be what? This I'm not getting.
Count will be same one, right?
Like suppose A, E, I, then how it will be executed? Like first will be the A will be true, then we'll move to the
No.
second letter. What
Okay. If
I'm understanding,
AEI
like
is there, here A
A,
will become
E,
true
I.
when you read for the first word. Here B will become true. Again, if you read I, then I will also make B is equal to 2. Right? Still count will be 1 because this while loop is executed for the word, every word. Okay. For every word, the count will be incremental if it has consecutive vowels.
So can you explain it again from that how A will become true?
How?
How we'll say that A is true and then how we will state that B is also true.
Okay. Just write it down.
Sir, explain it through with an example.
Yeah, I'll take an example of letter. Okay, let's say I'll take a word value. So whatever I took. So this is the word I read, and this I will be iterating through every letter by letter, right? And for the first letter, which is nothing but V. Whether V is a vowel?
No.
No, right? So directly it will go to my else, and I'll keep track of what are the variables that I will be updating. A is equal to false, and B is also false, and I'll keep track of I is equal to. Okay, I is also 1. So my A is still false. I won't be updating anything on this A, and my I will be incremented. I will be true, right? Next, my ith letter is 2. My second letter is what? A, right? Whether A is over,
Yes.
and whether A is true. If A, this condition will give true or false. See, my current value is what?
False.
False, right? So instead of going and updating my B, I'll come to this line number 11. I'll update A is equal to
true.
So I found the first vowel. This is my first vowel. Okay. So when I found my first vowel, I updated my A is equal to. Is it
Sir,
clear?
but isn't it like the nested if condition? And for that, we have to first make A true, then we will say that B is true, then we will go to the next step.
No, right? Initially, that's why the initialization is false.
Okay.
Okay. Next, you read the third letter, which is L. My I will be updated to 3. And whether L is vowel or not?
No, it's not vowel.
No, right? If L is not a vowel, you directly come to this else line number 13. I'm just making it A is equal to false again. So I couldn't find another vowel immediately. I mean consecutively. So I just updated my A is equal to false. So again, my next letter is U, which is a vowel. So my I will be 4. Again, U is a vowel, right? And now if you come and check this 8th line, where if A is true or false, my current now value is A of A is equal to false. So my B won't become true, right?
Yes, sir.
Again, I have to update my A, because again, this is the first time, another first time I'm finding a vowel, right? Because in between I uh, break my streak because I couldn't find another vowel. So the streak has been broken. So I just have to re-update my A is equal to true. Okay. And again, my I will be incremented. For the next letter, I will be getting as E. And E is also a vowel, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So once you find another vowel, because the U is a first vowel and this is the second vowel. Okay. And you can see A is true. A is already true, right? Because my current now my A value is true. And since A is true, I am updating my B is equal to. When I am updating my B is equal to true, if I could find a vowel immediately to the, I mean consecutive vowel or pair of vowel, or you can another say third vowel could also be there. Then only I am updating B is equal to true. My iteration also got over. Finally, once you read all the words, sorry, all the letters in the word, you are checking whether B is true or not. If it is true, you are incrementing the count. That means if you find consecutive vowels in the words, you are incrementing the count well. Okay.
Sir, excuse me. Like, can you explain from here L onwards? V and A, I've understood. Like, little bit doubt is there. And one more thing, like value you have written. No? So, can you write double E although it is wrong, but double E, so that properly I can understand that how it is executed.
Double E means at last another E.
No, value, na? VALUEE. You write double E, and let's and explain
Like
it again,
this.
sir, please. Like this. So how it is executed? Let me understand this. Please explain this.
So I can continue from in between, right? That's not an issue.
Yes.
So when you read the vowel U, the A will be, what will be the A value during that time?
A will be true.
A will be false, right?
Okay.
Because this is the first vowel that you are seeing. Because A is another time vowel you have seen already. But in between there is a constant. You broke the streak. The streak should be there. If there is there is no streak of consecutive vowels, the A will be false, right? So when you read the U for the first time, A will be false. So this B won't become true and A will become true after you read the letter U. Okay. And next vowel will be E, and E is a vowel. Right now your A value is true, then B becomes true. So that means you able to find a pair of vowel or consecutive vowel together. B is true. And next vowel again you, as you said, I have added one more E. If there is one more E, that is also a vowel. And now also your A value is true. Still your A value is true. Again, still B will be true only. But if you find instead of E, I say values S. Wait, this S will make A is equal to false again, because you lost the streak of checking the word, right? But once you made the D value is equal to, you are not making it false anywhere in your code. So once you find a pair of vowels in the word, you will be incrementing the.
It means what I thought, like this pseudocode is like once we find the pair, then count will be incremented. I was getting like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
next again we'll go in the in the particular word only, but count is not incrementing. No, you have said we have got like UE and then EE. So just it will be executed, and finally that count will be increment will be there in the count.
Yeah.
This
it's checking on the word basis. Okay, the count is getting incremented on the word, not on the
so
letters.
so just now what we wrote, so count value will be 2, no?
No, right? This is outside the while loop. This if is outside the while loop. If you see, the while loop is
Okay,
getting ended
so
here.
count value will be 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you check all the letters, then only you are go and checking whether I can increment the count or not. So always you have to check whether where the while loop is closing while the while loop is starting. After that, what are the conditions I'm checking? If you're confused here, then there will be lots of problem used to come here. I think this is quite often problem that many students used to face it.
Yes, sir. Like while loop where it is closing, that I was not able to see. I think it is while loop close is after I plus 1, no? I equal to I plus 1.
Yeah, here
So
17th
that
line.
there I was not able to see that part actually.
Okay. Okay, I hope it's clear. Can we move to next question?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sure. Sure.
Okay. Just a moment, my mouse is not working. Okay. Okay, next question is also comparing the pairwise comparisons like this based on the code, but let's see what it was. Yeah, the following pseudocode again it's executed using this course data set. At the end of execution, A, B, C captures the number of pair of students who scored at most 200 and from 200 to 250 and at least 251. That means A captures number of pairs of students who score less than or equal to 200. And B captures number of pair of students who are from, I have to put it in this way, who have scored more than greater than or equal to 201 and less than or equal to 250. And C captures the number of pair of students who have scored greater than 251 and who are from the same city but different gender. Okay, you have to take a note of this. These pairs are found by same city but different gender.
फिर भी क्या कहा कुछ नहीं कहा पापा चुपचाप जाके लौट गए वो तो अच्छी
So let's look at the pseudocode once again. Here we are initializing A is equal to B is equal to C, everything is equal to 0. Basically, what we are doing here table 1 has all 30 cards. Table 1 has all 30 cards, and table 2, table 3, and table 4. Table 2 has a group of only students who have scored less than or equal to 200, and this has greater than 201 but less than 250, right? As I said, and this is greater than 251. So we just grouped it into 3 different tables or 3 different piles. That is what this loop is doing, right?
Yes, sir.
And in next line, it's calling a procedure with the piles that we have grouped it. This is table 2, table 3, table 4 that we have grouped. Table 2 is less than or equal to 200. This is greater than or equal to 251. And this is 201 and in between value, right? It's less than or 250. I'm putting this as X in between. Okay. So this is calling the procedure. And what this procedure does, we have to fill up the code in order to form a pair. And the pair condition is what? Same city,
but different gender.
Different gender, right?
Yes.
Okay. Again, what this do while loop does, it compares with every other card, right? Once you take a card and remaining, you take a compare with all the remaining cards, right? And here, what should be the condition in order to count the pair? And finally, we are returning D. This is basically returning the count or number of pairs, right? So we should increment D plus D is equal to D plus 1. But what should be the condition to increment it?
Gender should be different and city should be the same.
So y dot city should be equal to. This is checking for equality condition, right? And z dot city. This should be true. And we have to check for one more condition, which is different gender. That means y dot gender
is not equal to
should not be equal to z dot gender. If this condition is true, we'll be incrementing the d is equal to d plus, right?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here, okay, let's look at the options. So I think they have represented in various other formats. It's MSQ question, right? Yeah. So the same condition they just represented in various formats. Just look at the options and tell me like what are the correct.
Option correct.
A,
Option
B,
B also correct.
option
Is
A,
option A
option
correct?
B. Yes, yes,
Option
that is correct.
B wrong.
Option A, what
A,
right?
option B, option
Option
D,
B.
and option D, sir.
Option D is also unconditioned, which is what I have written. And this is the option A and B were equivalent, right? Because D is getting incremented only if the first if and second if are satisfied, which is the condition that we wanted to check. Again, in the A condition, that is same, right? This is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we move to next one? Okay. Here, the procedure, we have to understand what this procedure does, and we have to find out, okay, the procedure to something compute. What this computes and what it returns as true or false. Pseudocode again executed using stored data set and B be the positive integer. Okay. And C is equal to 0, D is equal to 100, while table 1 has more rows. We are checking this condition. What this checks? If X dot chemistry is greater than C, that means you are checking, getting a mark 68, which is greater than C or not. Initially, it's 0. That means you will be storing C is equal to 68. And if you find another mark which is greater than 68, for example, 72, which is greater than 68. Right? You will be storing C is equal to 72.
72.
Basically, this stores the maximum mark.
Maximum number in chemistry.
Highest mark
Maximum
in
mark.
chemistry and
Or highest mark in chemistry or whatever. Highest mark in chemistry. Similarly,
and
what
they
this
check
does?
lowest mark in chemistry.
Lowest mark in chemistry. Okay. And once you compare with all the cards and you find the maximum and lowest mark, after this only you are checking if condition. Okay. Again, don't confuse it here. This while loop gets terminated and you are finding maximum lowest mark. After this only you are checking with this if condition. You are not checking immediately with cards. Well, immediately that card you will be reading, right? And this condition, what it checks is whether C minus B is greater than or equal to B. That means what? The difference in
difference between maximum mark and
highest and
mark
lowest marks in chemistry should be greater than or equal to at least B value. B value we don't know, that is only we are passing it in the procedure, right?
No, so it is actually checking should be less than B.
Yeah, if it is less than B, then we are returning true. If it is not greater than, we are returning false.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what would be the right option here? Let's look at it. When it returns true,
Option D could be the right answer.
option
Delhi.
Option D.
D, right? Is it clear or option is confusing?
No.
So it returns true only if difference between maximum chemistry mark and minimum chemistry mark is less than B. Okay. It's not at most, because at most captures greater, less than or equal to. And since it's already having greater than or equal to, this should be strictly less than if you want to return it. Okay, that's why it's optional. Okay. Any doubts in this question before we move to next one?
No doubt.
Okay, okay. Okay, let's look at the next question. Okay, the question 10. The following pseudocode is executing over status set. At the end of execution, A captures the number of nouns with letter count at least 4, at most 8, but the pseudocode may have mistakes. Okay, we have to find all the mistakes that is present in the pseudocode. What A captures before we go into pseudocode? Number of nouns, and the condition for this is the letter should be
4.
At least 4. So this should be the letter count, right? And at most 8. So this condition should satisfy for the nouns which we'll be reading, or the number of nouns which is satisfying this condition. So we have to check it. Okay. So initially we are initializing that C is equal to 0. And while table 1 has more rows, more cards, to read the row first one, and you are checking you are directly checking for the condition. Okay. The condition what we have to check is noun, and the letter count should be 4 greater than or equal to and less than or equal to 8. This should be the letter. And this should be checked in the check something procedure. Okay. Here what you are passing is the word, and here you are passing 4. This is 8, right? That is what we are passing. And it's checking whether it is a part of speech is noun or not. So this is your first condition, right? If it is not part of speech, directly you return true. Is it right?
No.
It should
Yes.
return true or false.
False, sir, I think.
It should return false, right?
Yes, sir.
If it is not a noun, it should immediately return a false, right? Instead of going and checking the letters. So if it is noun, what it's doing, it's going to the 11th line. That means it's checking with another if condition whether this letter count is satisfied or not. And it's checking whether C1, that it is greater than the 4 and less than or equal to 8. This condition is correct, right?
Yes, sir.
You can write this condition in this order also, as I said in previous question. So if it is true, if it is noun and letter count is also satisfying, you return it true. If the letter count is not satisfying the condition, you return it false.
Return false.
Seems this is the wrong line, 19th one. And if it finally returns true, then you increment the count value. This is C value. Okay. And I hope only this line is wrong. Line number 19 has incorrect value of return. And remaining seems correct in the pseudocode, right? Any doubt here?
Sir, in the question, A captures the number of nouns, but in the pseudo, C captures.
In
the question, A captures number of nouns with letter count at least 4 and at most 8. But in the pseudo, C captures.
Yeah, this should be C.
Excuse me,
That's a
sir.
typo. Okay, this should be C. Yeah.
So in previous question, why option A is not correct?
In previous question. Which question? This question number 10 or 9?
9, sir. Question number 9.
At least. Yeah.
It returns to only if difference between maximum chemistry marks and minimum chemistry marks is at least B. No, right? When it returns to, if you see, it returns to when it's less than B. It returns false when it is greater than or equal to B. That means this is at least, right? This greater than or equal to represent at least, right? And this less than or equal to represent at most. And this is simply greater than, and simply this is lesser than. Is it clear? We used to return true only if it is lesser than. Is it clear?
Yes,
Sir, in the question, the symbol is like that, right? At least to symbol.
Where?
In 13th line.
Yeah, but 13th line returns false, right? If it is at least B. The question asking for the option is says at least, sorry, returns true.
Return true.
When it will return true? It's opposite of this, right? So opposite of this is less than, right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, if it is returns false, then option A is there. But option is asking for returns true. Okay, let's go to the next one. The following pseudocode is executed using the library dataset. At the end of execution, A captures the number of pairs of books which are published in same genre and same year, but in different languages. But again, they are saying the pseudocode may have mistakes. Identify all such mistakes in this pseudocode. So what A captures is number of pairs of books which is having same genre and same year
but different language.
and different language. So this condition should be satisfied. Okay. Let's look at the question, the pseudo provoker. The A is initialized as 0, and while table 1 as motors, this compares the each book with the remaining other books. So while comparison, we made B is equal to false, E is equal to false, D is equal to true. So each variable corresponds to genre, year, and language, right?
Language.
If x dot genre and equal to y dot genre, we are making B is equal to 2. If x dot year and y dot year also, we are making C is equal to true. And if x dot language, y dot language, we are making D is equal to false. If all the three things are true, we have to increment. So we are making somewhere here for as a wrong initialization of true and false for the variables, right? What's the condition? It should have different languages.
Different language.
So
like
this B checks for the genre, and C checks for the year, and D checks for the different language. This is same, and this is also same, and this is for different language. Okay. So when we find a condition that it is equal to true, sorry, equal to same genre, we are making it true. Similarly, for same year, we are making it C is equal to true. If it is same x dot language is equal to y dot language, then we are making it false. This is also seems correct, right? I think there is no such mistakes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Then finally, we are incrementing if all this is true, and we are keep on checking. I think A is initialized with wrong value, no. B is updated with wrong value, no. C is no. D is
no error, sir.
Yeah, no errors. Any doubt in this question? No, sir. Okay.
No.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's all the, I think, practices. Okay. Any other questions in week 4, if you guys have? I think in last session, we have already covered summary and activity questions.
This was week 4 one or week 3? This was what?
This is week 4.
So what assignment just you have discussed, that is week 4 assignment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I had a doubt in mock test question number 6 for week 1 and 2.
Week 1 and 2 mock test?
Yes, sir, there was a mock test.
Okay. Just a minute, I'll open my.
It was mock test 1 and the question number 6.
Okay, that's fine. It's still loading.
Sorry?
And question
Yeah,
13, the same test.
So in sixth question, I guess the option is C. It's because A will increment only when B is true, and B is true when the letter is not a.
Let me share my screen. Question number 6, right?
Yeah, 6 and 15.
Yeah. Hey, this is a similar question that we have seen right now, I guess. Okay. The following pseudocode is executed using the word status and what A will represent at the end of execution. A is equal to 0, and while table 1 has more rows, B is equal to 2, you are iterating through the letters. And if the ith letter is verbal, and you are making it B is equal to false, and you're just incrementing. When B will be true. This is simple loop, I guess.
When it's not a vowel, right?
Yeah.
I was like confused whether my answer was correct or not. Like I have chosen the option C and I wasn't sure if it was correct or not.
You can check your answers, I guess, right?
And so most important, I wanted to know about 13.
The deadline is still July 18th. Okay. Okay,
So,
then you
but I
better
had the like doubt.
Okay, then you better practice. No, we'll discuss after in the next coming sessions.
Okay. And
I thought the
13th one.
deadline is over.
Oh, okay, sir.
So, hello, sir.
Yeah.
When we will able to get the solution of this mock test?
I think solution is also there. I'm not sure. This link is present here. Are you?
No, solution is not
This
there.
link. Click here. Okay. Solution will be updating once the deadline is clear.
So deadline
This
is
is only
July
the question.
18.
The mock test is created.
So
That's why I'm
deadline,
not.
the deadline is July 18.
Okay. So you want solution earlier, before 1 or 2 days.
So this is graded.
Hello.
That's why answer is not given.
Yeah. Once the deadline ends, you will be able to see what is the right answer here itself. That's what I'm saying.
Sir.
After quiz 1, right?
Sorry.
Okay.
Morning in 19 July.
So what is benefit of doing that?
Yeah, exactly. It's the exam day.
That's a bonus mark.
Okay, if it is for
After
the
if you
bonus,
qualify.
I'm not sure. Maybe we can push the deadline earlier if you guys want. I'll check with the team and we'll push the deadline 2 days earlier, make it July 16th or so.
Yes, sir. If the deadline is 18th of July, then on day exam.
That's what I'm saying. If you guys wanted to push the deadline earlier, I can push it to July 15th or 16th so that you'll be able to see the solution and practice for 1 or 2 days before the exam. So do you guys want the deadline to be earlier, like so that you guys can practice the mock questions with the
Yes.
solutions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll check with the team and push it to July 16th. Is that works?
Yes, sir.
July
Yes, sir.
16th is Thursday, and still you have Friday and Saturday. I think that works, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, any other questions, or else we can wind up this session? And there is one more session tomorrow for the week 4. and remaining 3 sessions will be there for the revision for the next week from Monday onwards. Okay, guys. Then thank you. Bye bye. Have a nice day. We'll wind up this session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
ओ मिस्टर वॉल तुम ये कुछ ये लगे या नहीं
Start video. Recording.
తెచ్చేసాడని తెచ్చేసాడని పెట్టి వెళ్ళలేదు దాన్ని వేసి ఇస్తావా ఇప్పుడు
ఇందులో రికార్డింగే లేదా
ఆప్షన్స్ లో అక్కడ వచ్చింది ఇది ఎడిటింగ్ దీనిలో ఆన్ చేయమని చెప్పి
లేదు లేదు రికార్డింగ్ లేదు నాకైతే అర్థం కావట్లేదు రికార్డ్ పట్టిన అసలే ఎప్పుడు అక్క మీటింగ్ ఇందులో రికార్డ్ చేయలేదుగా చేసావా ఎక్కడా
कति गिरी कति मिनट
లేదా అదేంటి నలుగురా
Nice.